Recording in progress.
Mr. Davis, my name is Michael Randolph, and I was briefly introduced to you during one of Danny Glover's show. First off, let me thank you for what you're doing in Sandtown. So, what is my connection to Sandtown? Actually, I was born and raised in Sandtown. In fact, I lived there for 45 years before I moved to West Tampa. So, as an organization that I had, what we do is to specialize in transforming poor and marginalized community. My initial training and community development came out of the Sandtown uh, community. I worked on one of the first national initiatives called Community Building and Partnership, in which the late Jen Rouse of the foundation's Jen Rouse Foundation Corporation headed. They're called Enterprise Community Partners. It was the first attempt to do a comprehensive and holistic and integrated initiative in the state of Florida. It was so successful during that period in its beginning stages that it was mimicked by the Clinton administration. It was modeled, the Clinton administration modeled it after its federal empowerment zone. The empowerment zone is based on that initiative started in Sandtown that approach community development in a different way, by way of comprehensive, holistic, and integrated approach. My initial training uh, in community development came during this initiative. It was during this initiative that I was privy to um, benefit from trainers, including lenders and developers, investors. In fact, institutions of higher learning like Harvard and Princeton, University of Maryland, and University of Baltimore came together to to educate residents like myself on community building. When I left Baltimore, I used this approach to test whether or not it will work in locations beyond Baltimore. So I moved to West in Tampa, and the model that I created was prepared for the West Tampa Community Foundation. In fact, that model was so promising that the Enterprise Foundation back then decided to send residents from Baltimore to West Tampa to see what we were doing. Shortly thereafter, we was asked to come to Baltimore as a consultant to give training to residents on strategic planning and community empowerment. Since 2011, I've been the CEO of the Center for Nonprofit and Community Development. We work around the nation and marginalized communities and transforming those communities from the bottom up using a comprehensive approach that includes economic development, social development, and physical development all combined together. I'm so looking forward to connecting with you and your organization. And this to share some of my shared experience and possibility for the Sandtown community. So anyway, let me give to you the presentation that Donnie introduced me to during this show.
We got a question from an advocate who's now in Florida, and there it is on the screen.
Is your approach a program or structural energy? And will it focus on earned income approach instead of grants? Both. That's not a cop-out. Okay, it really is. When you talk about pragmatic, systemic, structural, it's going to be both. We're getting, I forget the name of the tax credits to help us with this. And we've got Johnny Pica, shout out to the Pica Meister, who's helping us down in Annapolis secure money for this project. So whoever asked that question, it really is a combination of all the above. Okay.
So we do work with nonprofits from around the nation and not only secure grants from local and state, but also federal, as well as the foundations and corporations from around the nation that is funding community comprehensive initiative. We also use what's known as an earned income approach to transforming communities and making it financially sustainable versus a model that focuses only on grants. Again, we're looking forward to have an opportunity to connect with you, share with you some of our ideas, and see how we can work together to change the Sandtown community, which is dear to me, which is all of my family and folks live in the Baltimore, Maryland region.